Hi, Fellowship. For those of you that I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Shannon Chung, and I'm the missions pastor here at Fellowship. I sure miss being together with you guys in person, and why I'm so excited for June 28th when we'll be able to gather together again in our new facility. Speaking of which, we'd love to invite you to come and tour the new facility and see the progress that's been made, as well as have an opportunity to spend some intentional time in praying for different ministries. Then at 7 o'clock, we're going to begin our worship service. Please remember to bring your own chair as well as a water bottle. You know, recently I was thinking about what we are experiencing today as the worldwide body of Christ and how that parallels to what people in biblical times experienced when it came to leprosy. Leprosy was a major ailment in Jesus' day and age that not only affected people physically, but it also affected all aspects of their life as they were ostracized from the community, as they were able to not have a job or even interact with family members. For years and throughout history, physicians believed that the skin deformities and the gangrene were a direct result of the disease. It was Dr. Paul Brand that a half century ago realized the reason that the disease destroys is it only would destroy the nerve receptors, but it would leave the rest of the tissue alone. And therefore, the reason leprosy destroys is because lepers are not able to feel pain. They don't feel cuts, infections, and pain in their own body, even though they know that they are there. And although we hardly ever hear of physical leprosy anymore, spiritual leprosy is so prevalent when we don't respond to pains, cuts, and infections in our own body, even though we know they're there. The pain that our body experiences is vast, and it includes such things as racism, sexism, lack of access to clean water, the orphan epidemic, being unreached with the gospel, and human trafficking, etc., etc. Silence, inaction, and ignoring these deep pains that our body experiences cannot be the response of the church. And that's why it's so refreshing and encouraging when we see believers who are not ignoring the pain that's felt in the body, whether it's here locally and domestically, or whether it's thousands of miles away. And just one of the reasons why it is such an honor as a body to get to support field workers like Adam, Lori, and their children who are serving in Nepal. August is going to mark 3 years that Adam, Lori, Jack, Savannah, and Levi packed up their lives here in America and moved to live, love, and serve among the Nepalese, as well as to enter into the fight of human trafficking. When given the decision to stay or to leave Nepal once the pandemic hit, Adam and Lori decided to keep their family there because they know that in times of crisis, the vulnerable become even more vulnerable. And thus God led them to stay so that they could continue to fight for justice and to show God's love to those that are involved in human trafficking. One statistic that really stood out to me from their video is that each and every year 30,000 people from Nepal are sold against their will into human trafficking. This stood out to me because that is more than the population of Searcy that is being sold to become a modern day slave in this very small country alone. Let's join the Parkers as they're in this intense spiritual battle in prayer, as well as if you want to know how you can join their financial support team, as they lost quite a bit of supporters due to the pandemic. Please email me at schung@fellowshipsearcy.org. Please click on the video below so that you can learn more from Adam and Lori on ways that we can be praying for them and how God has been at work in and through their lives over this past year. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and week of worship ahead.